Hope that all safe and sound. Today we will start a new topic, that is a flow chart. Before this we studied about algorithm and the steps of solving a problem. In flowchart it's a quite simple. First of all, there is a quite simple definition of flowchart. Flowchart is the pictorial representation of an algorithm. Flowchart क्या है? एक pictorial representation है. Pictorial means in the form of picture. पिक्चर की फॉर्म में आपके algorithm, the algorithm that you have made, firstly you have made the algorithm of the solution of your problem. So the algorithm which you have made, you will write that algorithm, or you will write that algorithm in the form of picture, which is known as a flow chart. आप उस algorithm को जो कि आपने स्टेप बाय स्टेप लिखे थे, अब उसको एक पिक्चर की फॉर्म में लिख दोगे, एक फ्लो डायग्राम की फॉर्म में लिख दोगे. It is a way of visually presenting the flow of data, the operations performed within the system, and the sequence in which they are performed. The flowchart is similar to the layout plan of a building. As we know, a designer draws a layout plan before starting construction on a building. Similarly, a programmer prefers to draw a flowchart prior to writing a computer program. As in the case of drawing of a layout plan, the flowchart is drawn according to defined rules. Now what they are saying that you needs to draw the flowchart according to your requirement, according to the requirement of your problem. Whatever problem arise, you write the, first of all you needs to write the algorithm of that problem, then you will convert the algorithm which you have written in step by step manner into a flow diagram. And flow diagram, you will similarly, as you have written in the algorithm phase, you will write it in algorithm in flowchart also. You will start, first of all you will make a diagram, a small oval type shape of a starting of a flowchart. Then you will do the processing, inputs and output, decision making, or whatsoever your flowchart needs. Okay, they have just given a simple example of a construction building, that a designer should draw a flowchart, and designer mostly draws a flowchart before starting construction. ऐसा नहीं होता कि कोई डिजाइनर बनाने से पहले ही अपनी मर्जी से कोई ईंट लगाना इधर उधर शुरू कर दे. It is not possible. First of all, they have to draw a design, they have to decide what they wants to draw. Similarly, for solving a problem, you have to write the flowchart, where you have to write the algorithm first, then you have to draw a flowchart for that required problem. So there are certain rules to draw a flowchart also. We will discuss them also. Let's see the symbols of flowchart. Flowcharts are usually drawn using some standard symbols. However, other special symbols can also be developed when required. The standard symbols which are frequently used in flowcharting are shown below. Now what they are saying that there are different symbols for making the use of flowchart. आपने flowchart किस तरह से use करना है, आपको उसके लिए कुछ required symbols दे दिए जाते हैं, कुछ standard symbols दे दिए जाते हैं आपको. You can see over here that there is a shape like a rectangle, and but there is oval type shape in the ends. So that is the symbol, first symbol, that is of start of a flow chart. Next is of processing, a rectangle that is representing a symbol of प्रोसेसिंग. जहां भी रेक्टेंगल ड्रॉ हो जाएगा वो समझ जाएगा कि इसके अंदर जो चीज हो रही है वो प्रोसेसिंग हो रही है. नेक्स्ट इज इनपुट एंड आउटपुट. थोड़ा सा लाइंस को कर्व करोगे तो इनपुट एंड आउटपुट का सिंबल आ जाएगा. नेक्स्ट इज डायमंड सिंबल होगा. डायमंड सिंबल इज रिप्रेजेंटिंग द डिसीजन मेकिंग एंड ब्रांचिंग. कोई डिसीजन लेना है आपने, वहां पर आप डायमंड सिंबल यूज करोगे. Circle is represent is a connector over here, and it will connect the two diagrams, or it will connect the flow chart. Next is off page, on page connected. Next is flow lines. Flow lines, you will join all the symbols by using the flow lines. Next is predefined processes, functions, जहाँ use करना है वहाँ पर आप ये symbol use करोगे. And the last is remarks. कोई extra comments आपने देने होंगे अपने flow chart में, then you will use this symbol. So their symbols are very important in drawing a flow chart. Basically, the anyone which you don't know whatsoever you are doing, so if he or she is familiar with the symbols of the flow chart, he or she can easily recognize that what you want to say or what you have written in the flow chart. So you have to learn these all symbols, that what actually the symbol means. Next is the guidelines for drawing a flow chart. गाइडलाइंस, अब मतलब किस तरह से आपने फ्लो चार्ट ड्रॉ करना है, किस तरह, ये रूल्स भी हम इसे कह सकते हैं, रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस ऑफ ड्राइंग अ फ्लो चार्ट. इन ड्राइंग अ फ्लो चार्ट ऑल नेसेसरी रिक्वायरमेंट्स शुड बी लिस्टेड इन अ लॉजिकल ऑर्डर. They are saying that all requirements which you need for drawing a flow chart, they should be written in a logical order. एक लॉजिकल ऑर्डर बनना चाहिए, जहां स्टार्ट हो रहा है, नेक्स्ट इनपुट आउटपुट्स क्या है, प्रोसेसिंग उसकी कैसे हो रही है, कि सारी एक प्रॉपर ऑर्डर में आनी चाहिए. ये नहीं कि अपनी तरफ से हम एंडिंग फेज सबसे ऊपर ले आए, डिसीजन मेकिंग का नीचे ले आए, ऐसा नहीं हो सकता. ऑल द रिक्वायरमेंट शुड बी लिस्टेड इन अ लॉजिकल ऑर्डर. B point is the flowchart should be clear, neat, and easy to follow. There should not be any ambiguity in understanding the flowchart. So the flowchart, what you are making for your problem should be clear, neat, and easy to follow, so that other person which is not familiar, which is not too much familiar with the concept of flowchart, can easily understand that what you want to say. एंड देयर शुड बी नो नॉट एनी एम्बिग्यूटी, कोई मसला नहीं होना चाहिए, कोई चीज आपकी रिपीट नहीं होनी चाहिए, कोई आपको ये ना हो कि अजीब गंदा सा आपने डायग्राम, एक फ्लो डायग्राम बना दी और किसी को वो क्लियर समझ ही नहीं आ रहा. सारी अंडरस्टैंडिंग जो है फ्लो चार्ट की, वो क्लियर होनी चाहिए. Number C, the usual direction of the flow chart is from top to bottom or left to right. अब वो कहते हैं जो flow chart की direction होती है, जहां से आपने flow chart start करना है और end करना है, normally हम top to bottom वाला flow chart use करते हैं. मतलब top पे हम शुरू में starting point लिखते हैं, फिर हम उसके next पे जाते हैं. Usually हम top to bottom use करते हैं, but we can also use the flow chart from left to right वाला flow chart भी हम use कर सकते हैं. These are the two basic directions of drawing a flow chart. Number D, only one flow line should come out from a process symbol. हर process symbol से, हर diagram से जो अभी मैंने आपको ऊपर दिखाई थी, जो आपके symbols थे flow chart के, हर process symbol से only one flow line should come out. आप एक डायग्राम, एक सिंबल से, एक स्टैंडर्ड सिंबल से, one or more, you can't come out more than one line from one process symbol. So it is one of the basic requirement that only one flow line should come out from a process symbol. You can see the diagram over here also. You can see over here कि सिर्फ एक फ्लो लाइन आपकी आनी चाहिए, इधर से आ रही है और इधर से जा रही है, मतलब आ एक ही रही है, निकल रही है बाहर दूसरी. Only one flow line must enter a decision symbol, but two flow lines, one for each possible answer, must leave it. वो कहते हैं अगर आप डिसीजन सिंबल यूज कर रहे हो, ये डायमंड का सिंबल, ये वाला सिंबल आप यूज कर रहे हो, तो इसमें क्या होगा, वन फ्लो लाइन, ये तो हमारी रिक्वायरमेंट ऊपर हो गई, जो डी में उसने बताया कि वन फ्लो लाइन जो है वो एंटर होनी चाहिए प्रोसेस सिंबल के अंदर, बट यू टू और मोर फ्लो लाइन्स कैन लीव दैट प्रोसेस सिंबल. आप एक डायग्राम के अंदर से, एक डिसीजन मेकिंग के सिंबल के अंदर से टू और मोर फ्लो लाइंस को बाहर निकाल सकते हो, क्योंकि डिसीजन दो तरह से होता है, ईदर द डिसीजन इज यस और द डिसीजन इज नो. That is why there should be two flow lines out from each process symbol of decision. Next is F. Only one flow line is used in conjunction with terminal symbol. Ensure that the flow chart has a logical start and end. अब वो कहते हैं कि जो टर्मिनल का सिंबल है, टर्मिनल सिंबल आपका, जहां पर से आपकी प्रोसेसिंग स्टार्ट हो रही है या आपकी प्रोसेसिंग एंड हो रही है, ये स्टार्टिंग और एंडिंग का एक ही सिंबल है. वो कहते हैं इससे ओनली वन फ्लो लाइन इज यूज्ड. मतलब आप एक ही फ्लो लाइन इसमें यूज करोगे टर्मिनल सिंबल के लिए. आपकी एक फ्लो लाइन एंटर हो सकती है, एंड for other, if you want to use that symbol at the starting point, or if you are using that symbol at the ending point, you can use only one flow line. G point, write comments within remark symbol. We can use the remarks annotation symbol to describe steps more clearly. वो कहते हैं आपने अगर remarks देने हैं, कोई extra information user को provide करनी है, then you need to write the remarks or using this symbol, and you have to write the remarks within the comments. Write comments within the remark symbol. इस remarks के symbol के अंदर आपने अपने comments लिखने हैं. इस remarks के symbol को वो annotation symbol भी कह रहा है. ये नहीं है कि आपने सिंबल लगा लिया और ऊपर जा रहे हैं या नीचे जा रहे हैं, ऐसा नहीं होगा. इसके अंदर आपने अपने कमेंट्स लिखने हैं. एक्स्ट्रा इंफॉर्मेशन which you want to say, because comments are non-executable statements and they do not execute. That is why you just write the comments for more effective learning of the user or for the programmer whosoever you is watching your algorithm or flowchart. If the flowchart becomes complex, it is better to use connector symbols to reduce the number of flow lines. The intersection of flow lines should be avoided to make it more effective and clear. वो कहते हैं कि if there are multiple flow lines from one symbol, or if the flowchart is quite complex for large problem that we have studied in problem solving, that for bigger problems the algorithm and the flowchart becomes complex. That is why if there are multiple flow lines coming out from the process symbols, so to avoid the intersection of flow lines, कि आपस में lines आपस में intersect ना हो, एक दूसरे के ऊपर नहीं draw आपने करनी, आप क्या use करेंगे, you will use a connector symbol, जिसकी shape क्या थी, आपकी circle थी, small circle, जो हमने पहले देखा भी है अभी ऊपर. तो आपने connector के symbol को use करते हुए अपनी number of flow lines को reduce कर लेना है. उस symbol को connect कर उसके साथ आपने connection दे देना है कि इधर से connection आगे चला जाएगा. तो एक ही प्रोसेस सिंबल के ऊपर मल्टीपल फ्लो लाइंस फिर नहीं आएंगी. इससे क्या होगा, आपका जो फ्लो चार्ट बनेगा दैट वुड बी मोर क्लियर एंड इफेक्टिव. Next is, it is useful to test the validity of the flowchart by passing through it with a simple test data. वो कहते हैं आपने अपनी flowchart की validity के whether the flowchart you have drawn is valid for the required problem or not. You will check the validity. You will test the validity of your flowchart by using simple test data. Different आप variables की different आप inputs दोगे, different variables को different values assign करोगे, जिसके through आप test data चलाओगे और देखोगे कि whether your flowchart is giving the required result or not. So you will test the validity of your flowchart. So these were the few guidelines about how to draw a flowchart. Next is the advantages and limitations of flowchart. Limitations also means disadvantages. These are one of the most important long question. Flowchart ka topic, it's one of the most important question of this chapter. Either in short and either in long question. The benefits of flowcharts are: number one, with the help of a flowchart, the logic of an algorithm can be described more effectively. वो कहते हैं flowchart का benefit ये है कि algorithm से ज़्यादा आप flowchart के अंदर अपनी problem की जो logic है उसे clearly, effectively आप बता देते हो कि ये आपके steps हैं. algorithm में तो हो सकता है ना कि आप multiple lines लिख लो, मगर फ्लो चार्ट में you have to write each and everything point to point. अब point to point जब आप लिखोगे तो there will be no ambiguity in understanding the flow of an algorithm, flow of your problem. So it is one of the most biggest advantage of flowchart is that the logic of an algorithm can be described more effectively. Number two, as flowcharts are part of the design document, hence maintenance of operational programs becomes easy. वो कहते हैं flowchart जो है वो design document का part है. जहां पर आपने document design करी थी वहां पर भी आपने flowcharts draw करे थे. तो कहते हैं अगर जब कभी भी आपके program में कोई maintenance का task आ जाता है तो वो करना बहुत आसान हो जाता है, क्योंकि आपके पास एक flowchart बना हुआ होता है. वहां से आप देख लेते हो कि मेरी जो problem थी उसका जो मैंने solution लिखा था वो किस किस तरह से काम कर रहा था. So then you can easily update or you can easily maintain your program by simply watching the flowchart. Third point is the flowchart acts as a guide for the program development. Therefore, they help the programmer to put efforts more efficiently on the underlying problems. वो कहते हैं flowchart क्या करता है, act as a guide for the program development. आपने जो the program which you want to develop, it becomes quite easy if you draw a flowchart. Flowchart draw कर लोगे, all the necessary requirements should be in the logical order. All the maintenance of the program will become easy. So it will act as a guideline. आपके एक guideline के तौर पे काम करेगा. जब कभी भी आपने अपने programmer ने कभी भी आपने program में changings करनी है, maintenance का task perform करना है, कुछ भी करना है, तो वो flow chart को simply देखते हुए अपने program की development को देखते हुए आपका बहुत आसानी से आपके जो maintenance के task होंगे या जो आपके डिफरेंट अगर कोई एरर आ जाता है, कोई फ्लॉज आ जाते हैं, उन सारों को क्लियरली सॉल्व कर सकेगा. Number 4, the flowchart helps in debugging process. It's one of the most important point that the flowchart helps in debugging process. If there are multiple errors in the program and you have drawn a flowchart, then by using a flowchart you can easily watch through errors. You can easily go through the errors, or you can easily manage all the errors. So you don't need a deep study of your problem solution. Okay, now moving towards the topic 1.4.4, limitations of flowchart. There are only two limitations written in this book. It is difficult to draw flowchart for complex problems. अब ये इस तरह ये it is a very valid point that if your problem becomes is too much, is too big, बहुत बड़ी प्रॉब्लम आपके पास आ जाती है, then you can draw a flowchart of that problem, but it would be difficult to draw a flowchart for complex problem. मुश्किल problem के लिए flowchart draw करना बड़ा complex हो जाता है. Second is if alterations are required, the flow chart is to be redrawn. वो कहते हैं अगर आपने प्रोग्राम में changings करनी है, alterations करनी है, तो then you needs to draw a flow chart, redraw a flow chart. आपको अपना flow chart दोबारा से draw करना पड़ेगा. Now you can see the two examples over here. These two are those examples which for which the algorithm we have already discussed about on page number, you can see over here, when we were discussing about algorithm on page number 7. See, you can see over here, write an algorithm to find the sum of first 50 natural numbers. ये इसका, और write a algorithm to find the factorial of a given number. अब जो algorithm उसने यहाँ पर लिखा था, he has written both of these algorithm in the form of flowchart. अब चीजें उसने यही use की हैं, variables, input, decision making, हर चीज उसने यही use की है, मगर उसने इसे एक flow diagram की form में दे दिया है. You can see over here, draw a flowchart to find the sum of first 50 natural numbers. Now what they have written in the first, they have written the start. अब start से clear हो रहा है, जो कोई भी आपका देखने वाला है कि भाई यहाँ से आपके problem का solution जो है, या ये जो आपका program है, यहाँ से आपका start हो रहा है. Start हुआ, ये symbol आप देखें, और ये देखें flow line, only one flow line is coming out according to the guideline of flowchart. Next is they are taking a one variable that is of sum, and they are assigning a value 0 to sum. Next, they are taking another variable that is n, and that is equal to 0. Next, there is an increment का operation perform करना है, processing हो रही है यहाँ पे, n is equal to n plus 1. Next, they are using a formula, sum is equal to sum plus n. Why they are using the sum is equal to sum plus n? Because they want the sum of first 50 natural numbers. इस sum की value 0 है और n की value 0 है. अब n की value यहाँ plus होती जाएगी अगले step में, 0 plus 1 1 होता जाएगा, तो यहाँ पर आ जाएगा sum plus n. मतलब sum की जो भी value, initially sum की value 0 है, 0 plus n की value क्या है? 1. तो sum plus 0, sum plus 1, मतलब 0 plus 1 1 हो जाएगा, तो sum की value 1 हो जाएगी. For next step you can see, if n is equal to 50, अब ये this is the decision making symbol, the diamond symbol which is they are using over here is of decision making. Decision making कर रहा है कि हमें चाहिए 50 natural numbers के sum. तो वो कह रहे हैं if n is equal to 50, अगर तो n 50 है, if yes या if 50 होगा, या if less than 50. अगर 50 तक n की वैल्यू चलनी है, 50 से जहां 51 हो जाएगी वैल्यू, our statement will not execute, and the no statement, this part of the problem will again works. एंड इफ n इज इक्वल टू 50, जहां पर 50 हो गई वैल्यू, अब आगे नहीं उसने चलना, तो वो कह रहे हैं कि अब 50 हो गई तो यस, तो फिर क्या करें, प्रिंट कर दें सम स्क्रीन पे, कि सारे नेचुरल नंबर्स का जो सम है उसको आप स्क्रीन पर प्रिंट करवा दो. सिमिलरली लाइक फैक्टोरियल, ये मैंने एग्जांपल्स पहले भी एक्सप्लेन करी हुई हैं आपके एल्गोरिथम वाले, उसमें सेम यहाँ पर उसने दोबारा से यही बात बताई है. स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट ले रहे हैं factorial, they are taking one variable fact that is equal to 1, they are taking one variable n is equal to 1, n is representing number over here. They are taking a value from the user, that is why they have used the statements of read number, num को read करना है आपने. Next is they are using the formula of factorial, factorial is equal to factorial multiplied by n. Next, there is an increment in n, n is equal to n plus 1. If n is greater than num, n जो है वो num से बड़ा है या नहीं बड़ा, if yes then print the factorial, and if no, it will again execute. फिर factorial के पास जाएगा, again num की value read होगी और फिर से आपकी सारी processing होगी, तो आखिर में आपका print हो जाएगा factorial, जो भी number आप user आपको देगा. So this was all about the first chapter of your book. Now it's time to solve the exercise. Fill in the blanks and true false. Okay. First fill in the blank. The set of instructions given to the computer to solve a problem is called. क्या होता है set of instructions? Is known as a program. हम एक program होता है, program को set of instructions provide कर देते हैं. Next is the set of rules for writing programs in a programming language is known as dash of the language. क्या कहते हैं एक programming language के rules को? We have studied in the steps of problem solving. It is known as syntax of the programming language. Next is flowchart is a dash representation of algorithm. Flowchart is a pictorial representation of an algorithm. We have studied it right now. Next is an algorithm solves a problem in dash number of steps. कितने number of steps में solve करती है algorithm? Algorithm is a finite number of steps में solve करते हैं आपकी problem को. Finite number of steps. Next is during dash a problem is decomposed into multiple sub problems. During कौन सा phase होता है ये आपका problem solving का? During analysis phase के अंदर जब आप अपने प्रोग्राम को एनालाइज कर रहे होते हो, then a problem is decomposed into multiple problems. Analysis लिखेंगे आप इसके अंदर. Next is debugging is the process of finding and removing dash in a program. Finding and removing errors in a program. Next is program dash refers to the installation of the program in the user requirement. Program implementation, जब आपने प्रोग्राम को implement कर रहे हैं, मतलब आपने अपने प्रोग्राम को install करना है. Next is occurrence of a dash error crashes the program. कौन सा error आता है तो आपका प्रोग्राम crash हो जाता है? Occurrence of a runtime error. Runtime error जब कभी भी आएगा तो आपका प्रोग्राम crash हो जाएगा. Next is the MCQs. Choose the correct answers. Number 1, basic is a high level language, low level language, machine assembly language or machine language. Basic is a high level language. A option is correct. Next is how many possible solutions are there for a problem? There are multiple solutions. Option D is correct over here. Third is program upgradation refers to program enhancement, program development, program identification, program implementation. Option number MCQ number 3 and the option number A is correct over here. Program enhancement. Number 4, which of the following tasks are performed by most of the algorithms? Input, output, processing, all of these. Option D is correct, all of these. Number 5th, typographical errors in basic statements are runtime errors, logical errors, syntax errors, execution errors. Typographic मतलब typing errors जो आते हैं, that is